Mounjaro 10 milligrams, my Mounjaro weight loss update. Let's go ahead and dive in. I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I've lost 61 pounds from my Mounjaro. I'm on Mounjaro 10 milligrams. I'm going to do a get ready with me. All the products will be linked down below. I'm putting on my eye cream as we go through. So you want to stay till the end because I've got some breaking things for you. You do not want to miss if you're on Mounjaro, Tirzepatide, I always mispronounce that, semaglutide, WEGOVY. You're going to want to stay till the end to get that information and get my free Mounjaro weight loss success checklist down below and free Mounjaro encouragement group with over 4,000 plus active members in the free group. Let's dive in on the Mounjaro weight loss update. So I'm on Mounjaro 10 milligrams. I have been stuck at Mounjaro 10 milligrams now for 4 months. I've got my snail mucin, by the way. Always make sure your skin is wet before putting this on. And I am railing against Ozempic face. Some people are like, snail mucin. Yes, ma'am. With my weight loss journey, my skin and texture has completely changed. You can go back through my Mounjaro playlist, my Mounjaro weight loss playlist, and see the transformation in my skin. So anyways, snail mucin it is. I've been stuck at Mounjaro 10 milligrams. It's been really frustrating. It's been really frustrating because of the Mounjaro shortage, which now has been alleviated. So I will be going up to Mounjaro 12.5 milligrams here next week. It cannot come soon enough. I'm debating if I should take my shot one day early. My doctor told me not to. But y'all, I'm so ready because I wish I had like an incredible Mounjaro weight loss update. And since being on Mounjaro now, how many, eight full months? I normally have really positive updates. This one is, I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real of what my experience has been the last 4 weeks with my weight loss. If you'll notice, I have flatlined. I'm on Mounjaro weight loss stall. In fact, I've gained some weight. I actually gained 5 pounds. I've since lost it, but it's very frustrating. I'm going to do a whole nother Mounjaro weight loss video just on that topic. So make sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss it. But first and foremost, my food suppression is almost gone. I took my shot 2 days ago and I'm still full from it, but the food suppression, because I need to titrate up, bottom line. That's the bottom line with it, is I need to titrate up. And if you don't know when or how to titrate up, I did a whole video on it, but the titrating up I know will help me. Going to 12.5 milligrams, which I do have in my, thank goodness, in my refrigerator. I have secured the 12.5 milligrams. By the way, this is my hair serum. I have, if you're worried about hair loss, which I learned you don't see that for 2 to 3 months after hair loss. So just FYI, but I do take a supplement for that too, for my Mounjaro weight loss. I'll link that all in the description link below. And it's really helping. It's helping. This side I've had it, but I think it's because I twirl my hair. I think that's why there's this patch. But anyways, I'm being diligent now of making sure I'm taking my supplements and my little serum, which I'll link down below. So with the food suppression, it's been very frustrating. It's been very frustrating. So I've had to switch because I don't have crazy food suppression to using a meal plan. And I ended up buying Beyond Body. They've been really gracious to the Countess of Shopping community and gave us a $10 off code, which I'll link in the description link below. I bought it, and I also bought their weight training thing because I am desperate to get back into weight training because of my loose skin, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But it's given me these great ideas. It tells you how long to make things and what to eat. And then there's 3 different choices if you don't like one. And I'm if I'm not eating as much, I want to eat really, really good food. Can you relate? Can you relate? Tell me in the comments, can you relate? I want really good food when I'm not eating as much. So this has been really, really helpful because it gives me the different choices to pick out for meals, snacks, things like that. And do I follow it to the T? No, but I started to because of that weight gain that I had. Because the food chatter and the food noises come back. And so that's one of the things on Mounjaro titrating up is if the food noise, food chatter, food obsession, or food thoughts come back, that is one way you know you need to titrate up. And so that has come back for me full force. And it's been that way now for the last few weeks. I am not white knuckling it by any means. I'm still incredibly grateful from when I started my journey versus where I am now. Oh my gosh, I physically look different. By the way, do you like my shirt? It was my son's birthday party. I'll link this down below if you have a kid who likes Star Wars like mine does. It was from his birthday party. And maybe that's part of it, because I was doing mom duties, and not to make excuses, but I wanted to evaluate, okay, what's worked well, what's not worked well. So I've got some things that have not worked well, so take my encouragement, and some things that have worked well. This is working well for me. It was worth the cost. I think it was like $50 or something like that. And with the coupon code, and I ended up, it may be more than that because I got the workout plan. They do have a paid nutritionist. I opted not to get that, but this has been helpful. The things that have also been helpful for me on Mounjaro 10 milligrams is my sleep is better. My sleep, surprisingly, has been much better. And if you are having sleep issues, I feel you, because back when I started Mounjaro 2.5 milligrams, Mounjaro 5 milligrams, I would wake up throughout the night a bunch. I've kind of gotten in that cadence and rhythm because I'm really mindful of not having caffeine, taking my magnesium, which I'll link down in the description link below, and being a little bit more strict about my bedtime. Whereas before in the summer, it was like, woo, and now with back to school, I've gotten really like, here's my bedtime, getting back into a routine. And if anyone else can feel me on that with back to school, it's been bonkers. Let's talk Mounjaro weight loss loose skin. And if you're on a Tirzepatide, semaglutide, Wegovy, you very well may be encountering this, or for any substantial loss and weight loss, you're very well going to have loose skin. I do intermittent fasting. That still has been amazing and fabulous, and I love that, and I'm grateful for that. Products that I've used that have helped my loose skin, my favorite one is actually on sale right now. I'll link it down in the description link below. Prices are subject to change. It lasts a long time, and a viewer just told me they came out with a new scent, a citrus scent, so I just bought that. That one's not on sale, but a viewer told me, and I was like, I'm going to try the citrus and see if I like it just as much as the other one. Now, loose skin products are not going to change your, like, surgery is what's going to get rid of loose skin. For me, I notice when I use it versus when I don't. Another viewer asked me about loose neck, and that, if you guys know, I'm like compulsive about my skincare and my neck. And so I test a bunch of products. Here's two. I'll link them in the description link below. This is high-end. This one is actually less expensive. You can get it scented in the lemon verbena, which I love, or not scented, but it makes a big difference on my neck. And with the loose skin, again, for me, it's been very helpful. More so for confidence when I have it on versus not having it on. Like, it makes, for me, mentally a big difference. It makes a big difference for me. And so that, from like, you do you, but for me, having that extra confidence of, okay, like, it's helpful. Now let's talk and switch over to Mounjaro weight loss pant size. This has been the kind of the wackadoodle thing, and tell me if you can relate in the comments down below, that I wasn't expecting was I have weight stalled. And I've told you guys all about weight stalls, about taking pictures, using my body measurement, the smart body measurement versus like just a scale. I'm using more units of measurement for weight loss to know. And so, but my smart body measurement is like, you are actually like, I wasn't eating healthy. And so let me rephrase that. I wasn't making healthful choices. And that's why I have had the weight gain and then the weight loss subsequently. And my smart tape measure confirmed that, which if you want to know which one I'm using, I'll link that one down below. So in the description. So I was shocked to learn that with my pant sizes, I have gone down 4 pant sizes for some brands, and for some brands, 3 pant sizes. Clutching my pearls. And that's with my 61-pound weight loss. Isn't that interesting? Like, that's so interesting to me. Now I have an hourglass figure. I've got a thick, what is that? Those apple bottom jeans, like that, literally, like I got an apple bottom, like I got a big booty. And so I'm happy about my 4 pant sizes down. It's just interesting to me that it can vary so much between a whole size difference with different pant companies. So I have been buying, Old Navy and Warp and Weft and Amazon. If you guys want me to do a clothing haul, let me know in the description link below, because I'm getting all new clothes for the new season. So if you want suggestions, let me know. I've been trying to, and I've been buying ones that are like massively on sale. Now, Old Navy, because of my like bottom shape, it's been weird with just been weird. But I wasn't anticipating that with my Mounjaro weight loss journey, that the pants would fluctuate so much. I don't know. Anyone else? That was just very surprising to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, like just the pant fluctuation, was not anticipating that being as drastic as it's been between a whole pant size on that. But that's been exciting, is I dropped a pant size in the midst of this weight stall. What I tell you guys, use clothes, photos, and the Body Smart Measurer in addition to scales, so you have a full comprehensive view of weight loss. And having a shirt that I consistently wear, it's my Golden Girls pink one, you probably have seen it in other videos. And then jeans for me is a great way that I can measure, okay, am I truly losing weight? How does that feel versus just like the scale number? I have been focusing way more on protein and vegetables. More so vegetables. And I think it's because of the Beyond Body. Like it's motivated me. Like this weekend, for example, I went grocery shopping and I just bought vegetables. Like literally I went to a really, not really nice, but a nicer, it wasn't like Whole Foods, but I went to a nice grocery store to get fresh produce. And that was awesome. And that's what I've been eating on the past couple of days. And it's been made it easier to do my meal prep and eating, like my Mounjaro meal plan. It's been much easier doing that because of the vegetables. Now we have a ton of protein already because I keep our freezer full of meats and stuff like that. So, having a big wok full, if you guys follow me at all on Instagram's Countess of Shopping Instagram, I was showing my wok video that I did of cooking all these vegetables. And it really has been, my husband was like, last night, he goes, that's one of the best healthful meals you've ever cooked. Let's tip my hat. Now we're still doing the meal delivery system with proteins and vegetables. We are still doing that, but I've also shifted over to doing takeout from like Chipotle or Panda Express. And then there's a salad place near us that also I've been doing takeout from too, because the price is very similar. We've been cutting down on going out to like restaurants and stuff. I will link down below my palettes and makeup and stuff down below. We less like paid when we go out to eat for our food at restaurants, and more like takeout, but not with waitresses or waiters or servers or whatever. So that has been just something budget wise, because we are still paying out of pocket for Mounjaro. And so budgeting that, I've been like, we've been hardcore budgeting that. And so that's been one of our ways that we've kind of changed some of our food stuff around. And that's been really, really helpful. If you guys didn't see my other video where I talked about Chipotle for way less price, it was the last video. It was the video right before this that I talk about how it was what I eat in a day on Mounjaro video, of how we get Chipotle massively, massively less expensive than the average bear. Okay, normally you guys know I love talking about my Lange lip mask. I am obsessed. This is a similar product. It's like half the price. I'm obsessed with this lip mask. You guys know I'm ride or die for Lange, but it's half the cost and it's so nourishing. So my next Mounjaro weight loss update is, in terms of the shot, still staying ahead 23 days. Every 23 days, I refill my prescription. A viewer had mentioned in the comments on a previous video, because I had asked, I was like, how often are you guys filling your prescriptions? And they're like, the one reason was like their health insurance lets them fill it every 21 days. So it may be different for you. I'm allowed, because I'm paying out of pocket, every 23 days. What's it for you? And staying ahead has been helpful for me, like going on vacation when we traveled to California and Maine and things like that. And then when I went up to QVC and just traveling and stuff, or if I have a big show with Amazon or stuff with Pinterest, things like that, staying ahead. See, that really bothered me just right now. Like that, like, I hate that. Like that, when I catch glimpses of them, I'm like, ugh, I need to do an affirmation or some sort of... like that really bothered. This is why I want to get started on doing the weightlifting in here, because it makes, like, I hate that. I hate it. I don't hate anything. I just like it. And I know that it's a learning lesson and a learning tool for me. Sometimes I catch glimpses and I'm like, I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm going to get there. I know I'm going to get there. I'm just not there yet. And so it gets somewhat frustrating. Like, I feel like I've been 8 months in. I thought, in one aspect of this Mounjaro weight loss journey, 61 pounds is amazing, but I have 100 pounds to lose total. And so, like, I'm not where my husband keeps reminding me. He's like, you're going to hit it. You're going to get it when you get near Christmas or the holidays. Like, you're going to be so close. And so I'm just trying to have patience. But when I see things like this jiggle, like, bums me out. It bums me out. And I go back to, okay, I'm going to focus in on my gratitude list. I'm going to focus in on being grateful for what I do have instead of what I don't have. But I think this is part of my brain was not this negative focused. That's why I feel like I need to titrate up. If I titrate up because of the brain changes that I get with Mounjaro, I do get those brain changes with Mounjaro. And so that's why I feel like my dose right now is not right. Is because things like that, where it makes me literally sad, where like I want to cry right now. Like, why? Like, and then I know I'm going to cut it. I'm going to break it and put it at the footstools of Jesus and like give it over. I'm not going to keep like spiraling down and move on. Like, I'm doing the very best I can with what I have and focusing on that of what I do have, what I can control, and where my focus should be. And that for me can get really challenging at times. And I bet you for you guys too, of like literally I'm in my 40s changing the past. I was on a diet when I was like 10 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old. So that's been a long time. That's been decades, plural. And to break and change those habits, like that's going to take more than 8 months. I wish it didn't, but for me it is. And so that's something I want to encourage you to, is if you get down on yourself, like I just did, I'm out of it now, by the way. See, like it just took that moment to like talk myself through it, walk myself through it. But I get that, like I get it. And that's where I do need to focus in on the progress that I have. See, Mr. Freddie agrees. He's like, let me eat my butt. Mr. Freddie, grossio. Okay, we're gonna do a little hair, and then I've got another Amazon Live show coming up. I'll link that down below. But I've been focusing in on protein and vegetables. Let's talk about that. This thing is awesome, by the way. It's like a beach, the beach curler, but it's from T3. It's expensive, but it's well worth the price. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. Obsession. Many of you guys are like, oh, your hair looks so pretty. I'm like, it was T3. 100% it was T3. So having the food suppression, and then with going to the food suppression thing, I've been really mindful about my protein because I don't have that extra food suppression with my Mounjaro 10 milligrams. Hopefully that comes back, I'm praying, on Mounjaro 12.5 milligrams. Because I don't have that. Eating more bulk with vegetables and eating, for me, leaner proteins. I know some of you keto fans who've been here for like 10 million years from when my channel was started off as keto. I am now low carb. That was my beach waiver thing, by the way. I'm low carb. And so I've moved to eating leaner proteins because my stomach, that's what my stomach is telling me it wants. And so I'm listening to my body, and my body's like, boo, I want chicken and turkey and fish and seafood and like leaner proteins. I still have steak. Like I had it the other day. I've been trying to clean out my freezer. And so I had a ton of steaks. And so I have a ton of steaks. And so I still eat steak and things like that and higher cuts, but it makes my stomach with Mounjaro, there's definitely been that change of I've had to move over to leaner proteins. That's been like super important. One of the things I want to encourage you for your Mounjaro weight loss journey is, what is your body feeling? What's your body telling you? Is it really hungry? Or is it really just thirsty? Like that's what I want to encourage you of, what is your body feeling, and test it and try. That's why I was like, oh, I'm going to keep eating steak, or I'm going to keep doing this. And then to the point of now where I'm like, I like steak, but I do like a ground turkey, ground chicken. I don't really like chicken, but depending on how it's prepared. But I have been getting it on some of my salads, and having leaner cuts for me has been really, and seafood, I really love seafood, has been really, really helpful to test and try and see. So if you're bored with your food plan, try something else. But getting that protein in, which by the way, my level of obsession with my protein powder, the pumpkin spice one, if you didn't see that in What I Eat in a Day video, run after this video, go watch that, is so good. It's so good. If you have not tried the protein pumpkin spice powder, oh my gosh. And I put it in my, protein bowls. It's amazing. And it's so filling. In fact, I'm going to have that for lunch later today. So I have that, and I usually have it with some fruit. chia seeds. And then tonight I will have it bings. It drives my husband nuts, by the way. I apologize. If it gets too annoying, I'm going to turn it off. But having the vegetables and protein for dinner has been really, really helpful. And it also makes it just easier with the Beyond Body. I almost just said Beyond Body book with the meal plan. It makes it so much easier to just eat, because I'm the one who's in charge of that. And so with my little boy being back to school, it's been really, really helpful just to be like, okay, what can we grab and go? And you can get your plan customized, by the way, if you live a fast lifestyle, if you want grab and go, or if you're like going to the office or things like that. It's so helpful. So helpful. Let's go over and talk about parties and things like that. We had my son's birthday party, and we had multiple. He had like 4 parties, which I'm happy to do as a mama. He had his kids' party with his friends, and then a party with our family, and then a party with school. He had brought cupcakes to school. And then for my husband and I, we had, of course, my husband and I with him. So it was 4 parties. It was a lot. And around a party environment with food, right? Making those choices without having the suppression that Mounjaro gives, that was interesting to me. I was like, okay. So I had to plan a little bit better. Now, one of my friends, he's watching, one of my dear friends, just started up with WEGOVY, and we were talking about, he's had a friend coming, and I was like, I always tell when I go out to dinner with friends or parties with other people besides my family who don't know I'm on Mounjaro, I say, hey, I'm on a medication. I'm probably not going to eat a lot. But I want you to enjoy. Please don't stop eating because of me. Please, please, please enjoy. And I'm going to get a bunch of, usually I'll get sparkling water, a Diet Coke or an iced tea or regular water. I usually get 3 different beverages. My husband's like, you are the beverage queen. I'm like, I know. And so I tell people beforehand so they're not surprised, because my normal thing is people think of me as the foodie person, which I love food. Hello. Not 100 pounds overweight without having some food things going on there. And so telling people up front has been really, really helpful for me. So it sets the expectations so they're not like, oh, where did my foodie friend go? So they know in advance, your girl's not going to be chowing down on some nachos like I used to, I may not eat anything. And I've also changed when I go out with friends now too. I'm usually like, hey, let's go to Starbucks or a coffee shop, or let's go for a walk, or other things besides just going to a restaurant. And that level of now being more social, with COVID, being out and about, it's been really, really helpful to set that expectation. It's been really helpful to set that expectation for other people, and also so I don't feel pressured to eat. I felt before I told people that there was this level and expectation for me to continue to eat the way that I used to eat. And even though I've been on it for 8 months, people can see, I hadn't seen a family member recently, and they just saw me for the first time since Christmas. What's the FedEx guy? Mr. Freddy's hates the FedEx guy. I love the FedEx guy. Because of what I do for a living, we get a ton of packages. And so he's always on alert. But I hadn't seen a family member. And so they don't know that I was on the shot. I was like, I was on Good Morning America. Look at this sweet guy. It's been nice with him. I've been more active. We have been more active as a family, and that makes my heart happy to show my son, a level of activity that he's never seen, because he's only known me as his mom as being massively morbidly obese. Even when I did lose I lost over 80 pounds with keto, he was young. And so now he's older and he's playing sports and he's active. And so now that I can be a little bit more active, the other day I got to run around with him, and that felt amazing. It felt really, really good to be that was motivating for me. Okay, I'm getting back to where I had once been. Because a long time ago, I competed in the Miss America preliminaries and was super, super in shape. That was a long time ago. I was in my 20s. Early 20s, I should say. What is going on with my hair? I'm I think I have deodorant in there. Not deodorant, but foundation, because your girl just dyed her hair. I'm going to say there should not be any grays in there, because I just dyed that literally last night. I'm trying to think what else has been. Food, we talked mobility, sleep, the shortage. The shortage is thankfully over basically for Mounjaro. The focus of what I'm truly trying to focus in on, and where my focus is going to be with 12.5 milligrams is using this as a tool. It's not like the end all be all. At the end of the day, I still have to change my habits because I can't eat French fries and just sit around and not change my food habits. Because here's my thing is I'm at 10 milligrams. I'm going to be at 12.5 milligrams soon. What happens when I hit 15 milligrams? And I'm still having this like not food suppression. Like that's where I'm like, I'm thinking ahead. So if anyone who's ahead of me, which many of you guys are, what are your suggestions on that? Like, Jimmy, are you there? I think of Jimmy. If Jimmy, you're still watching, I know there's a bunch of us that are ahead of me of like, what do you do when you get to 15 milligrams and the food suppression is basically gone? Have people felt that? And I do know, because I mean, I've seen the studies just like you guys have that allegedly that, and I need to cite my source and I don't know what my source is. So I hate giving information without having an accurate scientific source. But from what I read, and I don't have the source, is that the weight loss truly kicks in at 12.5 milligrams. So God willing, like I just have such high hopes and expectations. I am praying that this next dose level to 12.5 milligrams truly helps me get back to that food suppression, because I would love to roll into the holidays and into this season not being crazy hungry. Like the past few weeks of having the hunger return, and it was like full force. It was like how it had, it's not like, that's not true. It's not like how it had been, but it scared me. Oops. It definitely scared me. I don't ever want to go back to that place, like ever. That was awful, being in that place. So if you're just starting Mounjaro, for me, like that place that I had been in when I first started, the fact that it was gone and now that I got a glimpse, not even like a full percentage of it, but it was enough to figure this out and figure out the healthy eating and figure out a better way of living that's healthy. So, which reminds me, I need to go contact my doctor to get my prescription filled. Many of you guys had asked, I use Telehealth now. I had done my traditional doctor. And so now, because they are dealing with like cold and flu, and it just took too long. It literally took me hours to get my prescription filled, and I moved over to Telehealth, and I love it because I can just email direct or message through the portal directly for Telehealth. And I love that. I love that. And it saved me a ton of time. And it does cost, I forget how much, like $75 or something like that. Well worth it. Well worth it. So many of you guys had asked if I'm still using my doctor. Nope. Switched over to Telehealth, and really glad that I did. It was worth the money to me just to be able to get my prescription and to be able to be like, hey, I'm feeling this, or I have these questions, or my doctor me being to my doctor like, hey, I want to take my shot early, and her being like, no. No. And I appreciate that. Like I appreciate that. So I think I got my hair, hopefully. I'm doing it through the camera, so hopefully you guys are gonna be like, you missed a spot. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go. Did I get this one? We have had some personal family things going on in my household that is going to create some changes for, see, it threw me off there. We talking about that. We've had some personal family things going on. And so that has also, I think, impacted my food. I'm not allowed to talk about it because it's not mine to talk about. But there's been some stuff in our family that's been going on that, that has not been fun. It was living life on life's terms. And so that's one of the other things too of like, I feel like I've been in this like insulary bubble with taking Mounjaro, and then now having something somewhat big, but not somewhat, it is actually really big, happening with my family. That has been interesting. And I think that that's been part of why I had that weight gain, was because of that. So more will be revealed on that. See, that's how long it took my hair, but I totally take a right turn. I'm going to make a joke to get out of my uncomfortableness. So we're going to make some sort of joke about Mr. Freddy or my hair. When I get comfortable, I'll crack a joke. Okay, so that's my hair. Make sure that you This is future Elizabeth. I'm going to actually be on the Tamron Hall show later today, but I wanted to tell you the thing that I wanted to, that I said stay to the end to hear this information is a new study came out, was in the Washington Post recently, like today or the other day, talking about how exercise is so important with GLP-1s for Ozempic, Mounjaro weight loss, WEGOVY weight loss, and that of course is with semaglutides or tirzepatide. So I'm going to link that down in the description link below. In addition, an upcoming week, I'll have a blog post if you're on my email list talking more in depth about the study. But basically what the study found was how exercise is so important. Literally can help reduce insulin resistance, which we know, but it was something, the data was like 2 times. I'll link the article down below so you can read. The proof isn't like cite your sources, read your stuff. You can read the Washington Post article. But I did want to mention that because it's huge data for many of us who have insulin resistance and are working to heal that. I found this study fascinating. So we're getting a big storm here in Virginia, but I forgot to say that at the end of the video, and I wanted to make sure I told you. Okay, if you are near when this release date is, I'll be on the Tamron Hall show talking about GLP-1s later today. I don't know if it's going to be favorable or not. You never know with media sometimes if it's going to get spun positively or negatively. So I don't know yet. And there's the thunderstorm. Make sure down below that you get my Mounjaro weight loss success checklist. If you're not in the free Mounjaro weight loss group, make sure you get that, or ask, go ahead and request that, which by the way, if you don't put all your information in there, you're not going to get accepted into the free group. There's a lot of spammers and a lot of not nice people. So that's why I was in another group and someone was talking about how they got scammed. I'm like, don't buy your prescriptions randomly from like random people on the internet, like buy it from a legitimate source. But that's why I also monitor that group, is because there's a lot of that stuff that's happening. And that group for me is a super, super safe space. So you have to put your email address in. You have to have, like, if you just had a new profile within the past few weeks, like that's a red flag for spammers. So just FYI, the group is a safe space and I do monitor it to make sure it's safe. And if you liked any of the products that I shared today, feel free to get them down below. And my 125 protein ideas are also listed down below too. If you are like, I need protein ideas. Okay, I'm gonna go to work right now. My perfume recently that I am in love with, it's crazy expensive. It's just present, like the bouge is out of the bougie control, but it's if you love roses, it's the Song of the Rose by Gucci. You don't even need 2 squirts. I don't know why I did 2. You only need 1. It smells like roses. It's the most amazing. So good. I'll link it down below. I do have a it's the Philosophy one. I'll link that one down below too if you like roses. That's been my, that piece is driving me crazy. That's been my scent of the of recent. Do you guys have that? I don't know. It's just like my most recent scent that I'm obsessed with. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. Love you, beautiful friends. Oh, wait, no. Before we go, if you've made it, see, just kidding. Before you go, if you've made it this far, we do a thing here at Countess of Shopping of where I give an emoji. So if you've made it this far in the video, we're going to do an emoji thing. It's kind of like a Marvel Easter egg. If you've made it this far in the video, I want you to put down below anything with the color orange in it. And I'll see you and know that I'll be praying over you. I'll be thinking over you. If you've made it, and this helps me to get to know viewers who watch the whole thing. Like, I feel like if you watch this, like, I want to get to know you. If you've listened to me talk this long, I need to know your name. You guys know me, but I want to know you. And truly, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll send you positive energy. And I'll be thinking about you. So put down below, the emoji for today is anything that is orange in honor of Mr. Freddie chasing the UPS man. Or maybe woman. Look, he's on alert. I love this watchdog. He is security and a half. He's like, don't mess with me. Okay,